I have nieces, I have great nephews, I have great nieces. So I do have individuals that I want them to know who their auntie was, what they auntie stood for, and I want them to be able to have a living example of, knowing that you can overcome, you can succeed, you can achieve, you can do this thing we call life, and all we have to do
Right.
is love more, be an inspiration to somebody. But most importantly, we have to have the fear of God in us while we're educating, empower, and encouraging the next person to stay on this journey. Y'all, we get one
That's
chance at
right.
this. We get one chance at it. So I say, be the best version of yourself that you can be each and every
That
time.
you should be. And I just
Somebody,
want to add to that that it doesn't matter, where they come from. What matters is that it doesn't matter what they've done. What matters is that they know a living God, and God can come into their heart if they allow it and change things completely around. They should not ever let their past decide what their future is going to be, because God's arms is big and wide and open, and He's just waiting for us to come to Him, to love on Him, so He can show us a better way of life. And I'm a living witness that God can turn your life completely around. Yeah.
that he can, because he has done that for me. Because there was definitely a point in time where I just didn't see it. I didn't see none of the things that I was doing. I didn't see it. I thought that it was about degrees. I thought I wasn't worthy. I thought I wasn't qualified. Everything that the enemy would tell me to keep me distracted. That was what was happening. But one day, God reminded me. God reminded me that he placed me here with a purpose, that he didn't drop
That's
me out of
right.
the sky, that he strategically placed me here, and that there were things that I was supposed to be doing in the kingdom. The enemy would
That's
tell me
right.
that I'm too old. The enemy would tell me
Oh,
that you this and you that, and you weren't qualified, and the titles that I did not have. But God said,
you know.
if I humbled myself and that I
Mm-hmm.
seek him first. All those things that
Mm-hmm.
that that that
All
I was
these things will
wanting,
be
they would be added. And God did that. I
mm-hmm.
humbled
Mm-hmm.
myself. I came under
Exactly.
his submission. I began to
Mm-hmm.
align with his word. And as I began to align with his word and decrease in my flesh and allow his spirit man to come forth, he began to do those things for me.
That's
There was a
right.
point when I was in a dark place. I was truly in a dark place. I was allowing people to put me in a place where God didn't want me. But when I stopped
Exactly.
allowing it and allow him to do what he said he would do, the degrees that I desired, I now have. I have a
Exactly.
bachelor's, I have a master's, I'm working on my second
Mm-hmm.
master's, things that, people would say I wouldn't qualify for or deserve, God did it. God put me in rooms where I never thought I would be, allowing me to speak international, allowing me to be able to go to places that I never thought that I would be able to speak before professional people, be able to speak at conferences, be able to do a lot of the things that the enemy would say, you're not qualified, you're not worthy.
Exactly.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that I'm able to leave that legacy through books. I'm able to leave it through podcasting. I don't have to